And in dealing with the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy campaign, I have saw firsthand how dedicated you have to be to this to see it through. You absolutely have to love your people to build an independent institution, because my patience and my commitment was tested as far as it possibly could be, from the vandalism to the thieves to the unscrupulous contractors to the racism, to the city bureaucracy. I mean, everywhere I turned, brother, I was being hit with opposition. And sometimes I would sit at the school and I would ask God, like, is this supposed to work? You know, or did you bring me this far for me to fail? You know, and then all of a sudden last year we had our second annual FDMG festival, and it was a new moon in Taurus or Libra, I forget. And just something in me said everything about to change. And the day before the festival, we finally got both HVAC units that we had already purchased, but we couldn't find nobody to do the work.
I remember
we got both of them put on the school. And I said, you know what? I think this new moon is about to change things over, because the school, I'm a practitioner of Yoruba spirituality out of Nigeria, and there's a divinity of Oshun. It's an energy god created to oversee all things related to wealth and abundance, happiness and love. And Oshun is the ruling divinity of that campus. So when that new moon came in an Oshun sign, Libra or Taurus, and I forget which one it was, I said, maybe the universe is going to smile favorably upon FDMG. And it did. Within 3 months, the school was renovated.
There's a brother of mine who's a Christian in Kimberley. You know where Kimberley is? No, so Kimberley is this big man-made hole where they dug out diamonds in South Africa. Oh, wow. Yeah, so he lives there. He's building a school. And would you contribute? Would you want to chip in? If you understand what is it they do, they call it PASETA, so it's the Pan-African School of Economics, Agriculture and Technology. So what they want to do is they want to build a school by Africans for Africans. And he says he does not want to receive funds from a single white person, because he wants it at the end of the day. Any African or black organization that needs to chip in can chip in. Would you be interested in?
So I would definitely consult with my elders, because we don't make decisions, like I don't move on my own. I definitely would bring that up to them, and it's something that we admire that, because having your own school economically, teaching about economics, teaching about nationalism, meaning that to be proud to be African people and not depend on, the Bible calls them the enemies, we call them the oppressors, the colonizers. That's a wonderful thing you're doing. And I'll definitely get back with you. And this is why we like to network, man, because we don't want it to be a one-time thing. We come back, we can build. And when we do get a school, you're more than welcome to come and bring your family. The main thing is that it's about us changing, man. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, we love what you're doing, brother. And I hope that this...
Machine politically incorrect. Now let's talk. Over the past few months, there have been comparisons made, lots of comparisons about what AfriForum does, and there've been, over there there've been lots of voices coming out of African people to say, but no, you are being unfair on AfriForum. The same way that people love Trump to say, what is it that as Africans we are doing for ourselves? So outside government, are we organized? Can we contribute? We've got churches, we've got political parties, and I remember stating the fact that, reiterating the fact that Julius Malema is stating that he with the EFF are the biggest contributor to social upliftment of African people, more than anyone. Even the ANC, he builds them because he builds houses and he's got track record of this thing. So I'm always asking myself, so when I was in Marry Me, I realized that a lot of people think it's easy to organize people and do something together as a people. Like the CPF, the way they've got electricity and they've got rates, they've got water amongst them. the reason I'm stating all of this thing is King Hlongwane, a young man born in Mpumalanga, South Africa. He now lives in the Northern Cape. He lives in Kimberley. He had a vision and he's pursuing it. Of course, I feel all people who claim to be Pan-Africanist and all people who claim, yeah, but what about? This is the time to show you what about. What do I mean by that is King request. I mean, even if you just donate once in a lifetime, at least you would have bought a brick. A brick, I don't know how much a brick is, but the little you can contribute in him building PASETA. Now, what is PASETA? I'm going to show you what is PASETA, this cool PASETA, because I sat with him in the studio in our green room, and he explained what PASETA is. But let's just take this clip so you could see what is upcoming on his event.
This is what he had to say.
Hey, this is Nziki Mazwai. Join me at the PASETA Gala Dinner on the 2nd of May out in Kimberley. Please get your tickets quickly because they're running out. Just go to the PASETA website, PASETA, or the King Said So podcast channel, YouTube, and on Twitter to get all the details. It's 1,000 Rand a ticket or 10,000 for the table. Just buy a ticket. Buy the whole table, guys. It's going to be a beautiful network of Pan-Africanists. We're busy building a university. Oh, it's a school, actually. We're building a Pan-Africanist school. So please come through. Let us build. It's about AfriForum Fela by Zangdilo for their people. Please support paseta.co.za and go get your tickets. Peace out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sisi Nziki Mazwai will be here.
So, most of us in the comments, we always criticize people. So, just for the record, I've paid my dues. I've donated in the past for PASETA, and now I've bought my seat. I'm not coming alone, of course, and I'm very happy to go and join this historic thing. So some people don't actually understand how historic this thing is. So if PASETA passes, there are going to be people who are going to claim, I did not know I wanted to participate. But even if they don't, but do you realize this dream could be realized much quicker? You see, there's a fear of what if he eats the money? What if they're unscrupulous people? Do you not think people who form AfriForum are not afraid of that? Do you not think other communities who build things themselves are not afraid of that? Just think about it. So your fear, your excuse, do you know how much is spent in clubs? I know it's their money and I'm just asking you. Do you know how much is spent at clubs? Do you know how much bills people rake over the weekend? Do you know how much BEE and politicians spend money? Can you imagine if they've got 10,000 to spare, they could just hoy into that PASETA account. That PASETA account has professionals who manage it. Every cent is accounted for. Just imagine. People are chipping in. Well, I'm going to Kimberley to go and see this historic moment myself. And what are you waiting for? Please. So if you don't understand what this PASETA is, I just want to take a back step. But I ask you as an African person, do you not want to contribute? Those who know, do you not want to contribute because it is started by someone that you don't know? Let me tell you, let me show you how difficult this thing is. Because some people think it's easy. It's very difficult. It's so difficult that Julius Malema said in 5 years, his term will be determined by him building a school. It took him 5 years. He was COVID interrupted. He didn't deliver on a promise that he said he was going to do. And when King was here, I told him how difficult was it, because if the CIC fails on something, it must be very monumental. So And, you know, I honestly wish these people can chip in and build this school. And you'll come and listen to the rationale why he wants this school to be built by African people. We gave examples of Umar Johnson, but I don't want to be long. Please listen to him. This thing is happening on the 1st week of May, on the 2nd of May, a Friday in Kimberley. You can chip in. You can buy your tickets and come to the venue and see it yourself and meet King. The MC, of course, will be Ntsiki Mazwai. One interesting thing about Ntsiki Mazwai is I've always insisted, as African people, we can love each other even if we disagree with each other. What do I mean by that? Is, see, this brotherhood is also an understanding that I do not agree with you on everything, but the little that we agree on, the smaller piece of slot that we agree on, it's enough to sustain us as African people.
First things first, man, congrats on the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. I've been paying attention. I see that you got the building.
Yes, sir.
You've been doing renovations on the building.
Yes,
I saw you put the HVAC in, all kind of other stuff.
We're just about done. Electric is awaiting a permit. HVAC is awaiting controls. They're actually at the school right now. Plumbing is just about done. They got one more piece. Fire alarm is done. They got to check one more piece to that. The monitoring system is done. I'm hoping by the end of the calendar year we can get our inspection and have a grand opening in February, hopefully.
And you waiting on, you got to get accreditation too, or?
Nah, well, your accreditation comes from the state.
Gotcha.
So it's the state that gives you the license to operate.
Mm-hmm.
If you want accreditation beyond that, you can seek out professional accreditation bureaus, but that's not legally required.
Man, why don't you talk about that more, Dr. Umar, especially being that they tried to clown you for so long about, you know, not having the school.
I don't mind that because if you know that your mission is genuine, it's no need to respond to the negativity because at some day, the fruit of your works will manifest.
Ooh.
You follow?
Yeah,
so
speak for
my thing
yeah.
is, why argue when you know one day they're going to see the school?
The dominant narrative of public education in America is to prepare children to go to college. Schools exist to get your child into college. For African children, that's not a worthy goal because college doesn't guarantee opportunity. Right. It doesn't even guarantee a job. We have to do better than that. College is sending black people into debt, for lifelong poverty, in the form of student loans. We have to prepare our children not for college, but for economic self-development, because the top 1% richest people in America never went to college. Not only did they not go to college, most of them live off of unearned income. So while we're slaving, they're sleeping, making more money in their sleep than we do on the job.
Let me ask you a question. Can you name a single black economy run by black people on the planet Earth? I'm gonna ask you one more time. Can you name a single country, Africa, Central or South America, anywhere in the Caribbean where we are in control of our own economics? Anybody? There's not one. There's not one. There is no black economy on earth ran by black people. And there is no liberation for African people until we get control of our economics. Black people in America, we're a $2 trillion economy. We're the richest group of Africans in the world in terms of income. The richest. But can I ask you a question? Do we own anything? Where is our infrastructure? Where are our institutions? We keep talking about Black Wall Street, Black Wall Street, but no city in America do I find African people owning their own hospital, their own bank, their own supermarket, and their own school. Those are the 4 essential institutions.